native stuff. Some other little camps around.
The stuff in the air is zoned, so that's when they like walk. You see
Yeah.
like plains of Abraham or whatever like that. They're right there for testing right now, so don't worry about those.
Revolution Village. Add some more content for the movement Liberté. Can you show Albany? Yeah, I'm gonna do Albany next. But yeah, this is Rupert. Overwork. I mean, obviously the biggest thing is going to be the glaciers, but we've done a lot throughout the map. Textured everything a little bit more, reworked a little bit of the resources, stuff like that. And then, yeah, just little stuff in the glaciers. Yeah, I really like the fort, though. Like, I really like the fort. So I'm going to show it again, because favorite part. Houses will have a system to transfer over. Add more Easter eggs in the snow. I'd be open to some more Easter eggs. You make speaking SLC. Yeah, this is the new SLC fort, guys. That'll drop. Will there be kayaks? We potentially might. Maybe let's just walk through the gate like the old fort or no. We'll probably add in the gate locking again. Is wipe confirmed? No, we're definitely not doing a wipe. Make speaking NPCs. Right. Yes, that's going to come around update 19, Mr. Nuke. Combat NPCs. No, there won't be combat NPCs in this fort. Eventually there will be, but not yet.
Hey, Ryan, check staff.
Yeah, that works, MLG.
Alright, I'll go post it then.
Cool, so now I will switch over to Albany. So this will eventually be the French fort when we do the full transition to Albany. So they definitely get a little bit of spice as well. They have some buildings in here that are custom, stuff like that. Albany is my favorite island so far. I really like kind of the aesthetic of it. So pretty green. I mean, it's like a bigger Bugle in terms of coloring, but definitely my favorite. Working on a pretty large city over here, so obviously this is going to be sort of the center of the naval update. But
Albany.
if you couldn't tell, you know, with the big docks, but we're still working on buildings and everything, obviously. So Albany is definitely a work in progress, but I think it's looking really good. We kind of put it on the back burner so we can finish the revamps for everything, but yeah, I'll go back to the French fort in a sec. Natives will spawn up here. They'll have like a little village throughout this area. There's lots of little spots for ships to land around the island. We'll probably push out the water pretty far so that we can accommodate kind of ship updates and everything like that. But yeah, let's go back to the French fort. So they have two entrances, one on each side. This one will lead down to their own docks down here. And then obviously they have their own entrance on the other side. Jail cell, little mess hall barracks, kind of the same building. In here's like officer quarters. Just a little bit more content. By the time we get this update out, we want to have a lot more NPCs in, so we are adding rooms specifically for that. SLC is going to have an outpost probably over here. I'm looking at adding them like a little like fort and dock over either right here, kind of in this little alcove kind of thing, or in this one right here. I think Albany maybe get another city, something like St. Paul. Maybe, I mean, the thing with Albany is it's definitely going to be kind of focused on this area, but we're still figuring it out. We can make the rowboat slightly faster. See those glitches look far up. Yeah, we could maybe do a rework for the rowboats.
Yeah, they're a little slower right now.
But yeah, Albany's pretty neat. It's got a lot of got little Easter eggs in it for people to find. So I won't go through and show them all, but I really like this area. Little battle. We're still deciding if we want to do wind mechanics. We think it might be a little complex for the game in its current state, but potentially. So Monopoly, we are thinking that this will be the main French island once we release it, but we have to decide how that's going to balance out when we do the ship update, so we'll see. Albany will probably have yellow looting, but we don't know for sure. We'll be building in caves again. Probably not.
Ryan, can we show like another native island or a native thing with it?
Yeah, hold up in a sec.
Like,
Take some
I
pictures of the
wanna
French
get-
fort for teasers.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna put it in staff and I'm gonna post one for natives. Or do you want me to take one of those right now?
Yeah, take one from the stream.
All right.
We're still deciding the resources specific to Albany. And red
All
zones.
right, I got
We
it.
might add
I'm
red
putting
zones.
it.
Yeah, so to address it again, we aren't decided on the sale mechanics yet. Hey, that's not nice up. What's the floating town? Where? Up here? These are just assets. All types of ships in that dock. Yes, there are indeed multiple types of ships in the dock. You know, I'll just grab the ships from our workplace and show everybody. For the 3 that we have. It's
The
the same ones that I
fountain
think
you-
they've teased prior. Felboy, we are actually looking at doing Asian NPCs for like special events and things like that. Like a boat will come or different things like that. Well, ships will be like an ocean. It'll take longer to travel. We haven't decided how we're going to do travel because obviously we'll need to rework with the ships. But we're figuring it out. Probably Stonemore Monopoly. So here's the 3 types of ships that we have done right now. Tammy's that one. Funny destroyer, funny. So the lowest class is going to be relatively unarmored, you know, with the potential of adding cannons, things like that. But overall, it's meant to just kind of not be a
Fast.
trade ship, but yeah, be a trade ship, kind of get you point A to point B. So that's the cog. Then next one up, obviously we have a brig. Going to be a little bit bigger. Cannons will be a little bit more widely available, right? Maybe some swivel guns, things like that. And then last one, you know, we're looking at is
A galleon.
yeah, pretty much a galleon. I think we have it titled in the scripts as merchantman, but no lower decks. Everything's just one deck. I mean, some of them have these little rooms, but
Yeah, the lower decks would probably make it a little. too
yeah, lower
much.
decks would lag things out pretty heavily. Build certain props. Yeah, we want to make the ships relatively editable. So you know, we'll do maybe some cannon edits when we do the artillery update. You know, different size cannonballs, swivel guns, things like that. We'll probably do some cosmetic updates to them, so you can change like, you know, the mast color, your sail color, maybe change the type of wood and the finish on the wood, things like that. We're thinking we'll be able to change the wood color, but we're still figuring out exactly how we want to do ships. Optic, we might look into that for Stonemore, but not sure. Just streaming it after the event. Yeah, bro, I'll go back to Ellesmere in a second. Yeah, we might do powered NPCs. Initially, I don't think that we'll have NPCs out with boats, just because our big NPC and AI rework is coming after ships. But at some point, yeah, we want to add in NPC ships that carry loot and then militias, things like that, just to add in a ton of content. So ideally, it'll be like a big military ship. It'll be obviously very lucrative to take, but also potentially costly. No, so we aren't showing off the mechanics of the ships yet because we're still figuring it out. But yeah, this is Albany. I'll do one kind of quick last look through, and then I'll go to Stonemore, and then I'll probably go back to Ellesmere, and then answer some questions and maybe show off some assets. This ship editor GUI. I don't think it'll be a GUI. It'll probably be a like a person in game or an NPC in game. Remove.
Hey,
remove
Ryan.
Yeah.
The other Ryan wants to know why the France and the SOC logos look the same.
They don't look too similar.
That's why I said to him. I was like,
I don't think
they look
do.
different, same style. Like,
Yeah, it's the same styling, but
It's the same style, but it's not the same.
yeah, they look different. He was like, and you notice that he said 3 French golden thingies on both of them.
so Shed, we're gonna have French and SLC forts on every island, or at least outposts within the native in terms of the naval update. Yeah, we're gonna add in something for natives so they're not left behind, but we're still figuring out exactly what that is.
I feel like poison would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on a whole food poison overhaul that's gonna happen somewhere off of the roadmap, like in between updates. But yeah, going back through natives up here. You know, relatively open terrain. This is also going to be really good for the cavalry update, you know, big open plains, things like that. French fort. We can maybe do poison arrows. We're looking at that, guys. Everybody wants that. Maybe we'll look at it a little harder. Good player faction flags. Maybe, Maddie, that's just kind of risky in terms of approval. Phobal, yeah, we are actively looking at native face paint. We'll get the art done for it. I like the crossbow. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the final fort. Let's switch back over, or we'll do Stonemore, and then I'll hop back over to Ellesmere.
You can show off the native camp update.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want, you go to Rupert for that. I can get that in
Yeah, I'll
teasers.
grab the assets from Rupert again so people can see the new native buildings.
Yeah, I can put it in teasers in a sec.
So Flux, what we'll probably do is to transfer your horse to a different island, you'll need to use a ship. So we'll kind of tie the two updates in together. So if factions want to use their horses on different islands like easily,
Yo,
you'll have to use
Corky.
a ship to transport them. To kind of add more prevalence to using them. Are you gonna change water in the game? Probably not, Brahmin.
Yo, Corky, you there? Can
Yeah. Oh, it opened up my.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's funny.
I speak with you?
Yeah, the old transit.
Into two
Horse
separate
registration could be a viable business, yeah. How would someone obtain a ship? So we're still figuring it out, but it'll probably be craftable, purchasable, things like that. So this is going to be the Stonemore rework. I think I've shown this off a couple times already. These big trees aren't choppable, right? They're just nice big decorations. Custom buildings for Stonemore. Again, they look really shiny in here, but I wanted to contrast it from the snow. I think that since this is going to be the primary fighting map, I wanted to remove the ability to just sit and make massive trenches and keep it a little more open for combat. But yeah, basically it's like Redwood. It's definitely not smaller, it just kind of feels that way because it's less snow and we have more trees, things like that. But I like the idea of obsidian arrows. That's a good little good idea. Could be carriages if you want to feel fancy. Yeah, so at some point after the horses, we'll do wagons and carriages and things like that. This will be one fort over here. And then we'll probably set up the second one where it is now.
I just know
Here.
if that's sycamore over them.
It does.
Yeah, it looks really odd.
Yeah.
But ideas to be heavily forested, like dark, kind of green. This is going to be the Stonemore rework. Yeah. I don't think that will move the time period drastically. So no. There'll be a weapon balance update. At some point we'll do balancing, yeah. To the types of bolts for the crossbow. Yeah, if we added more arrows, we would do more bolts. Add C forts that you can raid with the ship to get loot, like on Buvel. I'd be open to that. That seems pretty cool.